Here at Rice University in Houston, Texas. We are going to have a kick on the field here. We've got 3 Prokick alumni here from Ohio State, SMU, Jacksonville State, so it'd be really good to have a kick with them. And we even have an AFL legend, Nick Riewoldt, here, so looking forward to having a chat with him later. That's the swipey one, yeah. So you need to go up through it and then finish across. Yeah, because that's where you're inside. Then you can. Exactly. Oh, yeah, it's close. That's impressive considering how low you made contact there. It's great. It's great ball, but I still think there's more room.
Oh, 100%. Get more.
Yeah.
You're very out.
Out, yeah. Nice. And the result, yeah.
He's going to sit on one ready.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. It's quite straight.
Come on, let's go. Like that?
It's quite straight, yeah. Oh.
Lost it.
Blue nose down.
Yeah.
Pearso. Rapid fire questions.
Yep.
Name?
Isaac Pearson.
Where are you from?
Newcastle, Australia, God's country.
Newcastle, I didn't know that. Who do you play for?
Former Texas Longhorns, current SMU Mustangs, yeah.
And tell me about this t-shirt. What's to go there?
This t-shirt, the kicking consultant, TKC, guaranteed to give you half a second hang time, extra 5 yards every time you punt it. Yeah.
That is so true. Name?
Jesse Mirko.
Where are you from?
Perth, Western Australia.
And who do you play for?
Ohio State.
Nice. When I say these words, I want you to say the first thing that comes into your head.
I know, I'm not going to be able to say it.
Ohio
State.
Slate.
What do you want?
Chappie.
God.
Oh, I like that one. That was a fail on the rapid
I
fire.
thought you were going to say Michigan. I was like,
I
can't say
Okay, so from Perth, tell us how that journey went with the main Prokick hub being in Melbourne.
Yeah, I moved across with one of good friends, Andrew Stokes. We moved over together and kicked with the boys in Chap. And a few weeks later and that, we kind of had an idea of where we were going to go. And then COVID hit and kind of went back to Perth, worked with Ty Speedy back there and stayed in touch with Chap and Johnny. And from there just kind of figured it out all together and eventually head over to the States. So.
Yeah, awesome. So do you think, for say any Australian who is thinking about joining but doesn't live in the major city or something, do you recommend maybe they move to Melbourne, or do you think move to that capital city where there is a Prokick and it can still be achieved?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Perth, you can get a lot done still, but I would say going to see Chap. The man himself's kind of pretty good at what he does.
The god.
The punt god. Or even going to see yourself in South Australia, and Mackenzie's in Perth now, and Tim's obviously over there in Melbourne as well, and Tom Hornsey down in Geelong. So there's plenty of good coaches out there and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, appreciate your time, mate.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, we're going to start with some rapid fire questions. I do this with everyone. All right, name?
Nick Riewoldt.
Where are you from?
Got one right. I'm from Tasmania, originally in Australia. Now live about 500 metres up the road in
Okay, these are rapid fire questions.
Okay, sorry.
Who did you play for?
St Kilda.
Tell me about, for those that don't know, AFL legends. For a Aussie footy player back home, what would you have to say to them about the opportunity to play college football here in America?
The scale. The scale for me is where it's at. It's unbelievable over here. The opportunities that exist, not just in terms of your sporting career, but what exists post that.
Yeah.
The college alumni system is unlike anything I've ever seen before, and I didn't really get it until I moved here, until I started coming here about a decade ago with my wife's family, and just learning more about college sports. So I'm hooked. If I could go back and do it all again now, I'm 40. I'm even I'm even considering joining Prokick and just doing a 40-year-old sort of MBA or something like that, just so I could punt. Unbelievable. I mean, look around. These guys are having the time of their lives. It's pretty amazing.
Exactly. And just quickly, your relationship with Prokick Australia or what do you know about Prokick Australia?
Yeah, I mean, just like obviously followed Aaron Sipos's career really closely. Was lucky enough to go to the Super Bowl last year and watch him perform in the Super Bowl. And the whole time I was just sort of casting my mind back to him as a teammate at St Kilda and now the stage that he was on. And I mean, Prokick was the journey that facilitated that experience for him. So unbelievable. And there's a lot of pride as well for an Australian over here, knowing that how many kids in D1 schools now?
Oh, almost 100 plus. Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal. So go the Aussies on the NCAA stage.
There it is, mate. Now you're going to have a kick for us. Pull one through. Kick straight through it. There we go.
Wow, not too big. Nice, Dad.
We've just finished up a facility tour and a punt at Rice. What did you think of Rice University as a whole?
The campus, absolutely unreal, just how big it is, and the size of the stadium was you're just amazed by it, just how big college football is over here.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. What was it like kicking in front of the Rice coaches?
Unreal. Good experience. Just try not to get into your head too much.
It's been a few days of kicking in front of coaches. Was today any different?
Personally, a lot better for myself. I think the boys enjoyed it a lot more. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty much same.
Nice, mate. Good job. So here we have the GOATest tour guide of all time. How were the boys today?
They were great. Very polite, very kind, very good punters.
Oh, that's what we want to hear. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, no problem.
So I changed up from tailbutting to me. From what I understand, Lewis is running it over there.
What are your thoughts on the facilities and the stadium here at University of Houston?
The facilities were pretty good. This is a pretty cool stadium. Definitely the coolest we've seen so far.
Rapid fire. Name?
Lane,
Where are you from?
Perth, Australia.
Who do you play for?
Houston Cougars.
Nice, mate. Tell me how you got to the University of Houston.
As many of the boys, obviously the Prokick Australia, we came on the trip in, I believe, 2019 I came over, and that was when Dane Roy's final year. So we managed to get a chance to kick here, and I think I did pretty well, just to obviously swing the leg. And then I spoke to Chappie about Houston was a pretty nice city, and then it sort of all fell into place there. I was, pretty available for Houston, and they wanted me, so I was, raring to go.
Oh, what's one of your favourite things about Houston?
Probably the food, to be honest. I guess maybe a lot of American food is obviously pretty nice, but they're very multicultural here. So you have a lot of different sort of things with obviously Mexican, Asian, barbecue. Texas barbecue is unreal. So probably the food at the moment is really getting me.
Put on a few.
The freshman 15 turning into the freshman 30 pretty quick. Yeah.
Just want to talk about your experience through Prokick. Maybe a bit of an older person coming through. Like we got a few 18-year-olds. I was 22 when I went through. What was that experience like going through Prokick and working with Chappie, Johnny, and trying to get yourself a scholarship?
Yep. So I commenced, I think I was 25 when I kicked off. And initial thought was I was obviously too old, didn't know how it all worked. But then once I found it all out, and then the biggest thing was obviously playing a footy like most Aussie kids. It was just getting the technique right. Like you think everyone can torp a footy back home, and you're like, oh yeah, this will be easy. But it was just a lot of hours, a lot of ball drops, a lot of, I guess, breaking my style down and just rebuilding it up. So it took a lot of time to get going, but once I picked up the basics, it was pretty full throttle from there.
Awesome. Well, appreciate your time, mate.
Perfect.
We're here in San Marcos at Texas State University, and this is pretty not a special place for me, but a place where I could have gone. It was one of my places where I got my first scholarship offer.
There you go. Nice.
Rapid fire questions. Name?
Atticus,
Where are you from?
Sydney,
Sydney. And what college are you about to go to?
Wisconsin.
Okay, nice. Tell me about those 4 balls that you had. How'd they feel?
A little bit left to right, so the first drop just got really inside. Second one, just try to get up on it again, a bit windy, and then use the wind on the rollouts and got them up there, and they went a long way.
Yeah, I think the snaps from Chappie don't help.
It is what it is.
Yeah. No, you hit those rollouts really nice. Good job, mate.
Sweet.
Let them rip, son. Goes to water when the camera comes out. Just shorten that last step. Too close to your body. All right. All right, this will be very interesting. Okay, so let's talk through it. All right, name?
Jack Dawson,
Where are you from?
Sydney, Australia.
Another one from Sydney. And where do you play?
Jacksonville State.
Very nice. Okay, so you just had probably two of the worst balls I've ever seen you kick in the last 3 days. Last one was good. What was the difference, do you feel like, in those punts?
Just slowed down that last one. Just try to stay technique wise and just put my head not try to kick a ball. Just get a nice ball, put it out there, and camera come out. So
So this might be good for other Aussies out there who are punting. What is something that maybe when you're not hitting the ball well, what's something that maybe some advice that you'd give, or even just something simple that you'd give to these guys, kick the ball better when it's been in a bit of a slump, whether it's in it's a weak slump or it's 2 ball slump?
Yeah, well, I'm just my big thing is quality over quantity. You want good reps, so there's no point if you're kicking like crap. There's no point in trying to kick 1,000 balls and hopefully get a few good ones. You just slow it down, go back to your technique, and just really emphasize technique, because that's what works for me.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. Pearso's up now. Pearso's working on having a little bit of a high nose up on the ball drop, because they drop nose down quite heavy. So let's see how they go. Oh, nice trajectory, nice wobble, great direction. Take that one. That's kind of we can still build on that. Okay, so that was back to just a flat and then to nose down.
Yep.
Up. Okay, so all right.
That makes no sense.
Let's talk through these. Okay, so what do you feel like the difference was between those last two?
My hands were moving down really quickly, so I'd throw the nose of it down, and that'd impact the contact point.
Yeah. So on the second one, nose up a little bit, not such of a nose down, nose dive.
And I've sort of dropped it too much down my midline, so I swung across inside a little bit, and that's never going to work. It's always going to buckle down the middle.
In your opinion, maybe what's one thing that helps you the most?
In my opinion, is trying to keep it as simple as you can, trying to think of 1, maybe 2 things per session to work on. If you're thinking of, I've got to do 4 or 5 different things, whether it's hands, footsteps, my ball drop, my follow through, it gets too cluttered. You got too much head noise going on before you punt the ball. So 1, maximum 2 things per session, and try and keep it as, clean as you can. It's never too good, never too bad. Just keep it simple.
Yeah, it can be one of those things where out of the session you may not have hit the balls as well as you like, but you improve that one area that you wanted, and then in the long run, that's going to work out.
Exactly. Yeah, it's never as bad as you think it is, and you're never as good as you think you are. So yeah.
Awesome.